Y'all see that? That was legit.
Four-wheel drive boosted launch? Nah, just kidding. If you know, you know.
Oh my God.
So today we are taking the Jeep to the shop because we're gonna be filming a Doors Off Supply Company YouTube video. If you guys don't follow that YouTube channel and you like Jeeps, watch the progression of the new white Wrangler on that channel. It's been doing amazing. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. We're gonna be taking 8-ball as well because it doesn't have door panels. We might explain that either. And it also doesn't have four-wheel drive, although it looks like we're putting it in four-wheel drive. The Denali's staying here and Jake's F-150 is chilling. I feel like I'm Mark DeCola, man. I got all my Caterpillar goodies, including some cat filters, hydraulic fluid, and oil, because the 259B3 needs some routine maintenance that I just haven't gotten around to lately because I've been so busy with all these projects, and a very big life event is actually happening right before our eyes in real time. I mean, I'm talking like a very, very, very major life event is happening, and it might have something to do with not seeing this view any longer for a little while. Yeah, that's all I can say now. And also what I can say is, man, our Caterpillar is gonna be necessary for that news. I'll just leave that there. So in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we need to try and get the 5th gen off of the lift because we have like 4 projects right now that are patiently waiting their spot in line. But before we do that, we actually have to head over to E-Town Auto Works because they just finished up marrying our brand new wheels to our brand new tires for the 5th gen. Oh, and they look so sick. Anteater overdrive off. So, yeah, no traction. 8-ball is a beast. Oh my God. Yo guys, this truck is just on a completely new level. Like, it is ridiculous. There's no need to do standing power braking burnouts any longer because I can do them at 55 miles an hour. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm literally not joking. No exaggerations. Wow. That's all, that's all I can say. How was that?
That thing is ludicrous.
Girl, yo, booty is ridiculous.
Can I just say,
Mopow, baby. Tons of content coming up for 8-ball, boys and girls. Tons of content. Also, August 23rd, mark your calendars. That is going to be 8-ball's big day, and it's also Run What You're Brung. For the 2nd year in a row, myself and Nick Guitarmageddon ZL1 are renting out Cecil County to have an epic day with all of you. Very limited spots available. If you want to get signed up, we are pre-selling spots online right now. That information is below. August 23rd, you want to be there. Don't be that's 3/4 of a square. Yeah. God, I wonder who did this. I don't know, but he must have been making some serious power, boys. I genuinely actually can't get over this truck. I wish that I could let every single one of you drive it, probably under a little bit of a reserved condition just because it is wild. No traction control, no driver assistance and anything like that. But like, words don't describe the adrenaline rush of the wheels in a 6,500 pound truck completely breaking loose at upwards of 50, 60 miles an hour. It'll actually break them loose faster than that. It's just that as of right now, the steering in Dodges in general isn't the best, especially old ones, let alone when you're making as much power as this thing is. Yeah, top speeds, we're gonna have to look into that.
oh my gosh, it's Parts Nation up in here.
So much stuff in here, it's ridiculous. Girl, it look ridiculous.
Can I just say, the back of your head look ridiculous?
Oh, you like Mike and Ike's?
So today, I meant to say episode in between there. Today, what we're gonna be doing is continuing working on the 5th gen. I'm gonna give you guys an update there, but we're also gonna actually be filming another video for our Doors Off Supply Company YouTube channel. We're gonna be putting new wheels on the Wifey's Wrangler. If you guys wanna see that, I'm gonna link that in the description below. Go check out that channel. We got a lot of really awesome stuff, and it's crazy because it's the same people doing it, it's just different. And you'll have to check out the video to kind of know what I'm saying, but I do appreciate all your support over there. Mind you, update on Dream Diesel giveaway number 11. This beautiful thing is gonna be leaving our possession soon. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be sad when what I would say the world's greatest looking high country is no longer in our possession. Man, this thing is awesome, but the cool thing about it is, knowing closure in that sad emotion, is that you might be taking it home with $10,000 cash on top. We're just waiting to hear back from our third-party sweepstakes agency. If you know nothing about how these giveaways work after we've done 11 of them and one of the Jeep one, all of our sweepstakes are proctored and administered by a third-party sweepstakes agency by the name of Compliance Sweepstakes basic services. It's actually the only way that you can legally do what we do. You need to have that third party involvement. They handle all of the entry management and they are the ones that conduct the drawing. I see a lot of your messages saying, hey, just pick me. Well, I have nothing to do with that. Sorry to break it to you. Same thing goes for this one right here. Beginning of August, these will be going to new homes. You got that TikTok?
Yeah.
The 8-ball. Yeah, I like it.
Stinks.
That's a weird TikTok though.
Yeah, it is a weird TikTok. But it's a sad.
That's a really weird TikTok. Wow, you're haunting me. All right, we got to clean it up in here in 3, 2. Quiet audio. Small 30-second update for you guys if you missed the last video where we basically started the installation of all the freaking Tropical Fusion powder coated parts that look, in my opinion, absolutely out of this world, or kind of tropical, if you catch my drift. We've got the FlightFab 4-link basically installed up front. Nothing's been tightened down yet, so we're gonna be hitting on that in this upload. We've got the FlightFab 4-link in the rear, powder coated components basically reassembled in the back except for the receiver hitch, which is right there. We've got our Wicked Customs 3-inch leveling puck, which is gonna get us riding nice and level from front to back. All of our powder coated assembly componentry up front, including our adjustable track bar right there by Flight Fabrications. Very, very nice piece of engineering. We've got our Fox shocks all installed from front to rear. And now we are basically working on the fine-tuning principles of what is a solid axle front end. So we were messing around with basically getting these bars nice and level. Luckily we had the skid steer because that helped tremendously in the last video, because I was talking about how this spring is kind of like slinky modded and this spring over here is not. Well, come to find out, visual representation is not always what you want to do. Although it might not look right, it could be. And that's where this little, how much was this thing, 10 bucks?
8 bucks.
This little $8 degree gauge comes into play in basically telling whether or not we're right or not. So I did a lot of research on this topic. Not only did we talk to E-Town Auto Works because they do alignments on these trucks all the time, but we also had constant dialogue and communication with Miles, the owner of Flight Fabrications, about what the degree of the axle needs to be. From the point of reference at where we're at now on the top of the ball joint, we should see about 5 degrees of caster, AKA angle of the axle, to where we are. And if you can see, we're at 5 degrees here on the driver's side, which is where we want to be, fully suspended. Now, if we take this thing and we come over to the passenger side, get that magnetized, we are at about 3 degrees of caster. So essentially what we need to do here, guys, is make adjustments to our 4-link setup. If we move the top bar in, it'll solve our problem. Or if we move the bottom bar out, it will solve our problem. We need about 2 degrees of adjustment. So now we're kind of becoming surgeons rather than guys just working on trucks and trying to figure it out, because we need to move this whole entire front assembly, which mind you is under extreme amounts of pressure, 2 degrees. Now, from talking with Miles, that Heim joint, 1 turn could equate to about 1 degree. So it's kind of a game of trial and error. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of muscle and movement where that thing comes into play to get this to work, but we want to make sure that it's perfect to ensure that this thing tracks, turns, handles, and everything like that accordingly. And I think that that is kind of what explains why we're slinkied out a little bit here, which we obviously can't have. So without further ado, guys, let's see if we can't get this thing squared away, because I'm ready to straight up get this thing tightened down and off of the lift. Yeah, you gotta twist the Heim joint out. I would just do it 1 turn and then we'll get it back up, and if we need 1 more, we'll go 1 more. So 1 turn did not get us to where we need to go. We still have a decent amount of slink going on here. Let's see if we can't get it adjusted a little bit more.
I think this will be it. Ready?
Yep. I mean, visually it looks a little better.
4.5, 5.
It's on the money, dude.
Yep.
Perfect. We even have our little indicator there. That was our troublesome side we didn't make any adjustments to. We're just double, triple, quadruple, quintuple check. Damn, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So now we're going by our measurement instrument. We are good. Slinky Mod is no mall. It might compress a little bit, but point of reference, I've actually gotten the lime majority. I've looked at some trucks on the lot stock. These things have the smallest amount of slink from the factory. So I would say we're good. Dude, this thing made that so much easier.
Why do you have it though?
Still, I'm trying to figure that out. It might have nothing to do with the news that I didn't tell them, but you know about.
Oh, it's some good news, guys.
It's some pretty freaking good news, but they can't know yet. Sorry, yo.
Just how the cookie crumbles.
All right, Bruce Almighty. You know that one scene where Evan Baxter's like doing his report and he's like, you know what I'm talking about?
I've never watched that movie.
Caleb, play that clip.
Buffalo PD surfaced today when the mayor...
This movie is freaking gold, dude. All right, back to it. Jesus, come on, man. We're getting distracted here in the office.
Almost as bad as you taking a nap over there the other night.
I don't know what you're talking about. If you know, you know. And if they know, they follow us on Instagram.
Which you should go do.
Yo! Now is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Actually, it's just the moment that we've been waiting for. And that's that we can crank everything down. Finally. Hallelujah. In last video, today it confirms this thing is just completely at its point of giving up. Look how loose that thing is, man. It's not even really driving any bolts in anymore.
Seriously.
Man.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, it was never that loose.
No, you couldn't turn this before.
Dude, I'm sad, man. R.I.P. Off to the depot. We'll be right back, boys. Well, damn, dude. It's been real. Treated me very well. I'm sad. Here's your replacement. New fuel. Quickly turn into a freaking tool review here. 4 different settings, 2 different settings. I think this one had 700 or 900 foot-pounds of breakaway. This one's got 1,400. Sweet. All right, let's get back to it. To postpone our plans. The idea was to get those wheels on this truck off of this lift today. It's been occupying it for literally over a month, but that is a bad time. It just stripped like hell. I don't even know how this happened. I believe when we were taking it out, we drove this bolt while there was still some pressure on the front, and in turn, it's not allowing us to put back together our front end. Literally everything else is tight. So unfortunately, that's gonna postpone our progression up front. Sometimes these things happen, and in the world of YouTube, it's good to show you guys that things always don't go beautifully with awesome music. Because, I mean, that's how we like to show it, but that's not always the case. Anyway, we can do the trailer hitch receiver. We can actually get that installed because we will be picking up parts for this thing from Sean at Peach Bottom later this week and getting this thing literally on the road. I cannot wait to drive my 5th gen that I've only ever driven literally up the road ever. And that being said, it's time to go up. You good over there, Jake?
No.
I think that should net us plenty of clearance. Get this bad girl right out under her. That looks relatively centered. Good? Cool. All right, so that's about as far as I think we're gonna go right now. I don't wanna like throw bolts in or anything along those lines just because we do wanna get kind of the bumper up in this area. We could put some of the primary bolts in that basically secure the receiver to the frame, but we're gonna leave that for another upload. To be honest with you guys, we're pretty tired today. We were fighting around with a lot of the stuff up here. You saw just a few small snippets of this. Remember this little apparatus in the beginning of the video? But yeah, there was a lot more involved. It was actually a good amount of time that went into basically getting this thing all squared away. And we definitely wanted to get you guys an update as to kind of where we are with this build, because we're getting close. We're getting really, really close. Those things are gonna look absolutely fantastic. We got headlights to build that are basically sitting over in that apartment over there, basically just waiting to get those back from Sean as well. And this whole truck is going to materialize literally right before our eyes. But there's not that much that I wanna push forward with doing right now, because it's just not worth rushing. We don't wanna rush at the end of the day. We don't wanna miss a step, because believe me, at times there are instances where you have to rework the stuff that you've done, not really thinking chronologically through the steps. But hey, that's all part of what we love to do, and that's tinkering. At the end of the day, sometimes you gotta learn on your own, right? So that's where we're gonna wrap up this video. My Lake League, I love you guys, do what you do best. Tap that subscribe button on your way out, and I will see you all in the next upload.
Tell me, why do I still feel so alone? Don't tell me I'm wrong.